Hello and welcome in everybody for another edition of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental always makes your smile their priority. Schedule an appointment anytime by calling them at 607-545-4148 today. The Black Bears are on the road taking on the Carolina Thunderbirds in Forsyth County, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, here for the third and fourth matchups of the season series. These teams split last time they faced off with each other. It was just under a month ago that Carolina came in and won in a shootout after Connor Smith tied the game with 5 seconds left to go in regulation to force overtime. Gus Ford, reigning FPHL MVP, was the only player to score in that shootout. And then on Saturday night, Binghamton took care of business, getting the regulation win, a 4-2 final score of that matchup. Binghamton came ready to play, faced a little bit of adversity that game, as you'll hear from our intermission interview tonight. The guest of Jesse Anderson himself sat down for a little bit longer than what we normally do. We recorded that interview earlier today at the team hotel after morning skate. Speaking of interviews, we have one coming up with head coach Brant Sherwood inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. That's on the other side of this timeout. We're right back with the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show right here on YouTube. Fans, the Black Bears will be back here at home on Friday night, December 15th at 7 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. Make sure to come early and take advantage of the 2-for-1 beer special that runs through the end of the first period. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Can't wait to see you here.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things.
Good day.
Like calming tempers down.
Good day.
And passing them around.
So stand up and cheer with a basket of beer.
Good thing. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back in. Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental always makes your smile their priority. Schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148 today. You get a good look at the Zamboni making its way across the ice, making its final passes here as we get ready for at least 60 minutes of FPHL hockey. I say at least because we went the distance the first time these two teams met, went all the way to the shootout. So 65 and then some change on November 10th. That's part of Black Bears Rewind, presented by the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. Now, everybody here, flip back the calendar 1 month with me, and we will take a look at what happened on that first night of this season matchup. So, it would be Carolina jumping out to a 2-0 lead on Veterans Day weekend. Crowd growing very, very, very quiet. In front of a sellout crowd, I might add, as well. Binghamton, though, would storm back and tie the game up at 2 thanks to Nikita Ivashkin and Tyson Kirkby. Then everybody's favorite Thunderbird, Jacob Schnapp, would score the next 2 goals, giving Carolina a 4-2 advantage. Coach Sherwood decides to pull the goalie, not once but twice. Gavin Yates scored on the power play, and technically Connor Smith's game-tying goal was a power play result as well. That sent us to overtime. Both teams with chances, 3 shots apiece in the extra frame, but nothing would find the back of the net. Carolina had 27 shots on goal that night, and Binghamton had 40. Gus Ford, though, would win the game for Carolina as he would score in the second round of the shootout, the only shooter to score on that night. Now let's take a look over on the next night. Binghamton, once again, does not score the first goal. Then Binghamton ties the game at 2 thanks to Gavin Yates staying hot. 2 goals in 2 games so far for him. Carolina gets a 2-1 advantage. Then Binghamton scores the next 3 goals, the final 3 goals of the night in the third period. Austin Thompson, Brendan Stanko, and Nikita Ivashkin. Binghamton only allowed 8 shots in the second and third period of the second matchup of the year. Carolina held to 21 shots on goal. That was their last loss of the season. Thunderbirds come in riding a 7-game winning streak. They have not lost since Veterans Day against these same Black Bears. So we'll see if that story stays true, if Binghamton can stay on their 4-game win streak, or if Carolina gets to extend it up to a season high and league high total of 8. The lights go dark. We're getting ready for the pregame show, and we're taking a timeout. Come back with more right here on Triple City's Family Dental pregame show of Black Bears hockey. Don't go anywhere, folks. More coming up right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Well, it's dark in the arena, but the press box is pretty well lit up here tonight in the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales broadcast booth. I want to thank you for tuning in once again on YouTube. Tonight, everybody is stuck with me as play-by-play, color, producer, and engineer. So if you want to go ahead and mute your devices, go ahead and do so now. Thank you. Myself, I also hit that rim shot button. Going to be a long night, so bear with us here. The lights go out and the strobe lights, people's cell phone lights come on here as they illuminate the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex located adjacent to the Wake Forest University Athletics Campus, home of the Demon Deacons. So while the teams get ready, I'm looking at the clock here. We have about 7.5 minutes left to go before we get ready to drop the puck on this Dragon Billiards first period of the night. But while we have the opportunity, let's catch up with head coach Brant Sherwood, a part of the Tully's Coaches Corner. Friendly reminder, forgot to say it during the interview, so I'm starting the night -1. The next Tully's Good Times with Coach show will be this upcoming Tuesday, December 12th at 6 p.m. at the Tully's on the Vestal Parkway location. Come out, have a good time with us. We got a lot of people who made the travel from Binghamton. Derek and company are holding down section 201 on the front row. So guys seem to be really happy that they have some black and green in the crowd tonight, as was I, as the Raleigh chapter of the Binghamton Hockey Fan Club also made its way to Winston-Salem here tonight. But for now, let's hear from head coach Brant Sherwood on his thoughts on tonight's matchup. All right, now time for the Tully's Coaches Corner, joined by head coach Brant Sherwood. And Coach Sherwood, it's been about a month since you last faced off with the Thunderbirds. What can you remember from the matchup back up in Binghamton?
It was just really good hockey. It was a lot of back and forth. Our group showed a ton of resiliency by coming back in that first game. We ended up losing a shootout, but then we showed up the next night and really took it to them. So I'm expecting really good hockey this weekend. It's kind of the top dogs battling it out. I know Columbus is a very good squad, but I think very highly of Carolina.
Yeah, right now both teams are in first place in their respective divisions. You mentioned that Carolina and Columbus are tied in points in 29, but Carolina has the head-to-head tiebreaker. With your team only playing one game last week and with a full travel day this week, how do you think the guys responded to having one less day of practice this week than what they're normally used to?
Well, I think I took care of it in the 2 days because it was a lot longer than usual. We usually only do like an hour 10 practices, but Tuesday was an hour and a half, and a lot of it was just based on their performance Friday night. I know we snuck out with a win, but it was it's one of the uglier ones of the year. So we really don't have an excuse. I think they have a little bit more of an excuse. Yeah, we traveled and we only had a couple days of practice, but they had 3 games last weekend where we had 1, so we're fresh. We got some guys that were injured that are recovered, and we should be able to take it to them.
All right, Coach Sherwood, thank you for your time. Good luck.
Thanks so much, Brooksy.
All right, that's the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood, and more coming up on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show right after these messages.
Awesome.
You know, if this goes on any longer, I might think they forgot to pay the electrical bill. But they're just waiting to turn the house lights on as the football-esque inflatable tunnel is making its way onto the ice here. Nice little deception. Turn the lights off. Nobody sees them putting it up. But we're wrapping up the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental makes your smile their priority. You can schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148. Let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's injuries and scratches brought to you by our friends over at the Court Gesture Athletic Club. For the Thunderbirds, make it really simple. Everybody who is available is playing. Tonight, though, one less defenseman, so 5 defensemen. It'll be Kennedy, Farmer, Keeley, Firth, and Bioni, doing a 5-man rotation on the back end for the Thunderbirds, while reigning MVP is still in the top line center with newly activated Roman Kramer coming back from the SPHL in the Knoxville Ice Bears, and Dawson Baker on the opposite wing. The officials take the ice and the Boo Birds start to ring throughout the annex. And on the Black Bears side of things, the only scratch tonight is Don Oliveri. Remember, folks, Gavin Yates is serving his 1-game suspension, and the third goaltender not in uniform is Nolan Egbert. So Binghamton out, Oliveri, Egbert, and Yates serving a 1-game suspension. Yates will be back in the lineup tomorrow night. We have the Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup, and it should be a familiar one because it's our old pal Mario Cavalieri, I should say. Super Mario, as they refer to him here in the annex, as I squint my eyes to get some light on his numbers. He's 9-2-0 in 11 starts this year as the cowbells start to ring. A 197 goals against average and a 938 save percentage. Facing off with Connor McAnanama, 2-0-2 on the year in 4 starts, 5 appearances for CMAC. 3 goals against average and a save percentage of .901. That's your Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup as the Black Bears have taken the ice here, waiting for the house lights to come on and the Thunderbirds to make their way out of the tunnel. Court Gesture Athletic Club is Binghamton's premier fitness and athletic facility, and we thank them for sponsoring another year of the Court Gesture Athletic Club injuries and scratches. Make sure to go by and pay them a visit. Tell them Brooks sent you. That might not be a good thing, but still do it anyway. I'd really love to find out that somebody went to a sponsor just because I said it on broadcast. So tonight's starting lineups for the Black Bears, it'll be Austin Thompson on the left wing, Tyson Kirkby, the captain, in the middle, and Andrew Logar slots into Gavin Yates' spot on the right wing. Connor Smith, the scoring line, left wing side. Jesse Anderson in the middle. Nikita Ivashkin on the right. Newly signed Black Bear Ryan Terse on the left wing for the third line, centered by Josh Fletcher. And Justin Somero on the right. Thomas Ray, the extra forward tonight, and the same defensive pair that we saw last weekend against Elmira. JT Walters, Liam Anderson paired together. The Adrian College connection, Dakota Bond and Dan Stone. Matthew Boilar and Dan Weber, the final pairing. And Sam Lavecchi backing up Macananama tonight. We're going to take our final time out. Thank you for tuning in to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. On the other side of this timeout, we got the presentation of the national anthem and the opening faceoff brought to you by our friends over at BAE. So don't go anywhere, folks. Black Bears hockey's right around the corner.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back in for another edition of Black Bears hockey. Binghamton taking on Carolina for the third of 4 times here in the regular season. We're getting ready for the national anthem, which will be followed by the opening faceoff presented by our friends over at BAE Systems.
Who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Pregame Technologies offers a comprehensive suite of industrial automation, integration, and motor control services. Visit Pregame Technologies at greatgrowth.com. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a special guest. And when I got the call to come in and announce tonight, I couldn't believe it was tonight. This guy happens to be a really, really good friend. Thunderbird fans, please help us recognize Jamie Wetzel. Sergeant Wetzel served in the U.S. Army from 1993 to 1999. He was assigned to the 1st Satellite Control Battalion in the U.S. Army Space Command in Lunsdorf, Germany, as a satellite network controller and SATCOM equipment maintenance and repair technician. Sergeant Wetzel also spent time at Fort Gordon in Georgia as an instructor in the Joint Service SATCOM School. He was awarded the Space Operations Badge and completed Air Assault School. Jamie Wetzel, we thank you for your service. All right, Thunderbird fans and Carolina Thunderbirds, ask you to remain standing if you are able, and remove your caps for the national anthem. Brought to you by American American Elevator Company, performed tonight by a stalwart. Give it up, Betty Tilly.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang out, burst in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for tuning in for another edition of Black Bears Hockey. Now the only thing left to do is drop the puck here tonight as the red carpet is getting rolled back up. Carolina outfitted in the alternate black jerseys with red numbers tonight. A very slick look, if I might add. Binghamton in the traditional road whites with black bottoms and green and black with a white base on the socks. Very easy to read, those Binghamton numbers from the broadcast booth. Our friend EJ did an excellent job designing those. So it looks like we are going to get the line of Gus Ford, Roman Kramer, and Dawson Baker first up. Clay Keeley and James Farmer on the blue line for Carolina. Bond and Stone for Binghamton, Kirkby, Thompson, and Logar up front. We are ready to go here as the puck is dropped and underway. Binghamton will wrap it around the net. And we're talking about the area behind the net a whole lot tonight, as it will be playing a factor in tonight's game. Carolina with control behind their own goal line tries to exit the zone, but it's thwarted by Kirkby. Thompson dancing into the hatches, try to reverse pass over to Logar. Nobody home. Here's the first touch of reigning MVP Gus Ford cutting through the middle of the ice. Carolina, though, offsides at the line. And Binghamton drawing a crowd over early as Firth comes in with some hands. Linesman separating the two sides very quickly. And looks like Tyson Kirkby is going to go right off the rip. He's going up against Joe Kennedy. He had some words for him, and the captain throwing him with Kennedy, trying to get the right hand to connect. It's all been Kennedy so far. Left jabs from Kirkby. Both shed the gloves. Got him out of the way. Uppercuts from Kirkby. Now holding on, and those two will be separated by the linesmen. So Kennedy and Kirkby will both get 5 aside, and we'll stay even. 5-on-5 hockey. Apologies, let the clock run a little bit too far right there. That's all my fault. Time is actually 19:25 as we get that corrected. Well, you just got a good look at some of the referees tonight. Why don't we meet them all? It's really easy. 3 of them are named Ken. We got Ken Podinski and Kenny Moniz, the referees. Kenny Nolick, and then the only non-Ken referee tonight, Jason Mesamore. So those are tonight's officials. As the puck is dropped here, I want to thank our friends at Carolina providing the feed here tonight as Cavalier steers it back. Behind the net, back over, where John Salak, member of the Czech line, not hard hitting, just all from the Czech Republic, or Czechia, I've been told. So 5 each for fighting. Turnover, though, as it's overskated by Jesse Anderson. Thunderbirds come back the other way. Little give and go action. Back over to Salak, and he missed. McAnanama with the first save of the night. Salak fanned on a wide open net, and McAnanama was able to recover and get the puck covered up, holding for another whistle. $18:49 left to go here. Brooks Hill flying solo in case you missed our production show. Pregame, doing the stat keeping, the clock, only not doing the camera. Ray holds it in at the blue line, and it'll be tipped behind the net of Cavalier. And thwarted right back up to the line. Schnapp misplayed it, but it was soccer styled all the way ahead. McAnanama steers it behind the net. And down low for the captain of the Carolina Thunderbirds, John Butita. Fletcher pins a man up against the ball, or excuse me, against the wall. Wow, Boilar, that's what I was trying to get to. Makes his way over, trying to kick it out in front of that Zamboni door, directly behind Connor McAnanama's net. As Carolina with some good offensive zone time here will be thwarted by Fletcher, and then a high hit given on Fletcher's half. And Farmer with a shot that was deflected. Binghamton now trying to be the team that gets the puck out. And it will be scooted on over by Matu Boilar. Behind his own net, reverses calmly. Binghamton has rolled a change, gotten all forwards out there. Off a body in the neutral zone. And Baker and Somro with some words at each other. And then play on. Puck is all the way behind the Carolina net. And Somro tries to go lay a hit on somebody, leads to a turnover. Binghamton with the puck in the offensive zone. So bodies flying around here early. Liam Anderson stopping and starting. Down low for Somro, centering up, but nobody home. Right onto the stick of Gus Ford. This will be a 3-on-2. Farmer on the left wing side goes for a shot, snared by McAnanama. Looks like cooler heads prevail this time around as the linesman and a referee intervene quicker than previous whistles and sends everybody back to their respective benches. So 17:01. Here you're getting a good look at this offensive zone faceoff between Tyson, excuse me, that's not Tyson, that's 77, Jesse Anderson, and Peter Panicek. Anderson wins this one, tie up against the wall though. Liam Anderson lost the handle on it. Salak, turnaround, well wide, stuff chance denied, and McAnanama puts his paddle down on top of it. 16:49 left to go here. Gonna run a couple more seconds off of that precious clock for everybody at home. And now we're at the right time. One back to the blue line, but it's out of the zone. Carolina's going to have to touch up as Panicek is the last man back up to the blue line. Now Liam Anderson stopping and starting. Wraps it in around the wall. Jesse Anderson, again, no relation. That's my crutch for those two. Throws it. Anderson denied, and Cavalieri makes his first save of the game. Mario Cavalieri, one of the league's best goaltenders. Hasn't been tested quite so much early here in this one, but makes a great save. At the expense of Jesse Anderson. Oh, A shot from the point is going to be blocked on the way through. Bond separates Firth from the puck, and Carolina has to retreat into their own end. Ice cut in half on Dominic Dumas, though this is going to be icing against Binghamton. That's the first shift of his Black Bear career. Ryan Terse, new number 73 in white, just off of your screen. So Carolina will pick their face-off dot, and this will come back into the Binghamton end. Here, 16:02 left to go in the first period. Shots favoring Carolina early in this one, 5-1. Kennedy and Kirkby still sitting in the penalty box with each other. They've got a couple more minutes left to go. Face-off won back by the Black Bears, and their goalie plays it out. Ray's cleared. Is blocked off the shin guard of Jacob Schnapp. It's right behind the Binghamton net. And Bond on the forehand does skate it out of harm's way over to Fletcher. Too hot to handle for Ray. Carolina touches up on the delayed offsides. And now, maybe a 205-foot play. And if you know, you know. Extra space here at the NX, or the nest as they call it, here behind both nets. About 5 feet extra. 2-on-2, 4, trying to dance around one player. Kick save made by Mack and Anamaw. Puck poked out into the neutral zone by Ray. Carolina gets set back up defensively on the forward check. Looks like they're going with the 1-1-3 setup here tonight. Binghamton traditionally running a 1-2-2. And now Carolina switches up to a 1-2-2. Boilar off the wall. Couldn't be handled by Somero on the first try, but on second attempt does get it over to the red line where Logar does a little give and go action. Across for Thompson. Shot deflected. Thought that hit the netting, but they say play on. And both teams will comply. The next whistle, we will have our first media timeout of the night. Logar couldn't handle it. Leaves it over to Farmer, but stolen away by Thompson. Thompson scoreless in the last couple of games for the Black Bears, looking to get back on the score sheet. Puck stays in. Heavy hit laid on. Centering pass is blocked off of the stick of Cavalieri. Back out into the neutral zone where Dan Weber, the man from St. Joe's, retreats after it. D-to-D passing, Boilar. Saucers up to Connor Smith, and this will nestle in on Cavalieri. As this puck will be dumped in, that means we are going to a media timeout. 13:56 left to go here. We're right back after these messages, still searching for the game's first goal here on Black Bears YouTube.
Fans, the Black Bears will be back here at home on Friday night, December 15th at 7 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. Make sure to come early and take advantage of the 2-for-1 beer special that runs through the end of the first period. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Can't wait to see you here.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things.
Good day.
Like calming tempers down.
Good day.
And passing them around.
So stand up and cheer with a basket of beer.
Good thing. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back in. First period presented by our good friends over at Dragon Billiards Instruction. Dragon Billiards. Perfect investor for all things billiards. Learn, shop, repair, or just to play. Check them out, Investo, or online anytime at dragonbilliards.com. So we are underway here in the first period action. Panichuk couldn't get the handle on it. Over to Liam Anderson trying to skate it out on the forehand. First try was thwarted, but Jesse Anderson picks up a loose puck. And a little give and go with Nikita Ivashkin on the right wing side. Does get the puck below the goal line, but that's where Ivashkin will lose the handle. Back over for Anderson. The centerman on this line trying to give and go with the defenseman Anderson, but thwarted by the Carolina defense. And the Thunderbirds get over the blue line, but beautifully held up by Connor Smith as Carolina will go for a line change. Ivashkin, good back-checking pressure on Carolina's forward. That was James Farmer. And that was the defenseman actually joining the rush as that puck is floated up into the night sky. 7 minutes gone here in the period. Binghamton with 2 shots on goal to Carolina 6. But 2 high danger chances that Cavalieri has been ready for. Kennedy out of the box with Tyson Kirkby, does play that puck around, and he's back out there. Tyson Kirkby's on the right wing wall. There's a good look at the captain. Couldn't get a handle on the puck, and it'll be skated away by Nate Keeley. Right wing side, beautiful poke check by Dan Stone, and Keeley gets sent into the glass. Thompson, with a load of time and space, can go all the way across, hits the captain in stride, and now across the blue line, Andrew Logar. Little speed and acceleration, couldn't get the handle on it. Only can steer the backhand on target for Cavalieri to make an easy pad save. Back into the Binghamton end, Boylar. Couldn't get it over to Stone. Trailer, pad save made by McAnanamaw. Bodies flying in the blue paint on the other side. 2-on-1 though. Ryan Turst couldn't get a stick on it. On the saucer from Austin Thompson. As at the red line, Boylar puts it right back in the Carolina zone. Carolina had a man already in the offensive side, but they're going to be forced to touch up. Ford and Dumas doing battle, and it's interrupted quickly by Weber. He's peppered from behind by Gus Ford. Reigning MVP will always show you why. This will be icing, though, against the Black Bears. And 11:26 left to go, first period. Shot 7-3 favoring the home team. So each team with a penalty so far. It was a fighting major, so 5 minutes for Kennedy and 5 minutes for Kirkby. Binghamton wins this face-off. And it's a 3-on-3 push for the Black Bears as Somro comes in the right wing side, does get around one man, and out of his net, Cavalieri with a poke check, sending it in behind the goal line. And that leads to a takeaway for the Thunderbirds as Dumas goes skate to stick. Circles the wagon of McAnanamaw's net, but Gus Ford wasn't ready for a loose puck as it squirts out. Carolina has to pull it back in their own end. Cross-ice pass over. Dawson Baker now touches up with Dumas. But a good stick by Connor Smith. Puts it right back into the neutral third. JT Walters at the line, dumps it in down. Same side, Smith steals it away from the waiting Carolina defenseman, then gets run into by Justin Bioni. Right back down low for the Cowboy, Connor Smith trying to settle it. Puck was bouncing in over in. Smith's shot, pad save made by Cavalieri. Follows up his own rebound, just like a point guard. Give and go with Ivashkin down low, stopping and starting. Tries the power move to the front of the net. Now Jesse Anderson works the two-man game with the Russian winger down low. Stone pokes it and misplayed by Firth off the hand. Carolina will always cheat offense when they have the opportunity to. As Anderson turnaround shot off the foot of Salak. McAnanamaw is going to have to come out of his net and play it all the way across the ice for Dan Stone. So Binghamton trying to get on that forecheck and sustain offensive zone pressure. With Carolina, the run and gun team, always going to take those odd man opportunities. 50-50 puck battles, you know a Thunderbird is already leaking out at the red line. Heard that from Coach Sherwood in our pregame Tully's Coaches Corner, everybody. Now Kennedy plays it off the glass. Dan Stone locates it in his skates. Carolina's changing. Austin Thompson at his own blue line receives the pass from the defenseman And give and go with Andrew Logar. Couldn't catch up to it quite fast enough. Forwarded by the Thunderbird defense right back up to the red line. Logar gets it on sides, but not deep enough. As Clay Kennedy lost the handle, had a man waiting in stride, but could not make the home run pass for the Thunderbirds. 8:50 to go here. Tyson Kirkby looking for a man in a white jersey to throw a pass to. Instead, Boylar tries to give it back to the captain. And Binghamton having to fight for every single inch of ice here in this opening frame. Somero and Bioni gets tied up with each other. Ray lost the handle on it. Butita trying to skate it out of harm. Instead, here just dump it off the wall. If this makes the line, this is icing. It will not, as Schnapp took a better angle than Boylar. But Dan Weber calmly does get the puck out of the Black Bears end. Dumps it in from the red line into the glove of Cavalieri, and he says that's enough. And here hold for a whistle. Still searching for the game's first goal. Here we will be back in just a little bit. Actually, we might stay right here for a second. Schnapp and Boylar with some words for each other. But it looks like cooler heads are going to prevail. We're headed to a timeout right back after this here on the Black Bears YouTube network.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Getting a good look at that face-off, Dot, as Somero and Ford will do battle with each other. 8:06 left to go here. And a penalty is coming up. It'll be touched, and boarding is the indication. And Justin Somero just getting a little bit too physical with the Thunderbirds. Somero been throwing the body around early in this one. So time of that penalty is 12:01. Gives us an opportunity to talk about the power play for Carolina. They are third in the FPHL, 25.5%. A 0.5% better than the Binghamton Black Bears, who are in third. Quick up as Kirkby won that face-off, put it all the way into the Carolina end. The Thunderbirds deposit the puck out of their own side themselves. And touch right back up. Salak gets the blue line, run into by Dan Stone. That'll allow Bond some time. Get it on his forehand off the glass. And a funny bounce off the stanchion. And steers it in on Cavalieri. Wonder if they count that as a shot on goal. But now Ford cuts through the middle, past Jesse Anderson, past Bond, but could not make the final pass across. Someone dropped their stick on the way through. It was Bond, held in beautifully. And there's an injured Thunderbird on the ice. Shot is going to be blocked. As Anderson had a clean breakaway to the Carolina net. Gus Ford shaken up behind the play. And Binghamton bench trying to figure out why they didn't let that one continue on. The training staff attending to the crew, or the training crew, I should say, attending to Gus Ford down on the ice here. 7:05 left to go here. You see Jacob Schnapp and Tyson Kirkby trying to get an explanation from the official. That's Ken Rondolinski. And it looks like Gus Ford is immediately heading to the tunnel door. So Carolina was already playing with 5 defensemen tonight in their lineup, and now they're playing without the league MVP as this puck is going to be pushed into the neutral zone for a faceoff. Still searching for the game's first goal. Third best power play in the league out there on the ice. Face off one and thrown off the glass by Kirkby into the neutral zone at the red line. Thompson playing it back, and Kirkby will just play keep away for the time being, make Carolina come 200 feet down the ice. 45 seconds left to go in the Somero penalty for boarding. Drop pass. Butita almost lost the handle on it. A little give and go, and now Binghamton takes it away. Tyson Kirkby will throw it down. And he's still barking out at Butita a little bit on the way over to the bench. Coach Sherwood letting his captain know he was very proud of that last shift. And back across and takes a funny bounce off of the Zamboni door. That's what we were talking about in Schnapp's pass. In no man's land, this leads to a shorthanded opportunity. Jesse Anderson, drop pass for Connor Smith. His shot partially fanned on, but a good shorthanded opportunity for the Black Bears. Now back the other way. Somero up and has returned. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Carolina does not convert on the power play, but in the slot, Salak with one of the best chances of the night, right in the middle of the hashes, are denied by McAnanamaw and into the safety netting. Whew. Got to take that opportunity to catch my breath. Carolina's power play 0 for 1 on the night. Some good shots on goal and some good saves made by Connor McAnanamaw. Binghamton actually got 2 shorthanded shot on goal tallies. So Walters could not clear, backhanded, steered in by Carolina defender. That was Kennedy. Back over for Ivashkin. Ivashkin on the right wing side. Tries to cut to the middle. Smith lost the handle, but right back for Ivashkin temporarily, but stripped by Panichuk. Teams jockeying for position in the Carolina end. And now an opportunity. Trail man was Salak, and beautiful back check again by Ivashkin, who was waiting for Salak to get that final pass. Pastuca starting and stopping. Ice cut in half by Liam Anderson. And it'll be Jesse now skating over into the corner and picking up the loose puck for the Black Bears. 5 minutes left to go here in the first period. Shots closing up a little bit, but still in favor of the home team. Ivashkin backhand chance off the side of the net. Power move to the front side, denied by Cavalieri. And now cleared by the Thunderbirds. Some tired bodies for Carolina as they're going for a line change. Shalak has the puck take a funny bounce off the stanchion. Nobody knew where it was. Stanchion's a little bit further back than what the Black Bears are used to in Binghamton, and they're on that old-fashioned metal instead of that plastic. So, puck at the red line, steered back into the Carolina zone. Forward, still in the locker room for the time being. He is not by the door. Fletcher's shot never made it through towards the net, and this is going to be iced by Carolina. And that'll send us to our final media timeout of the first period. 0-0, but some good goaltending and some good odd man rushes for both sides. We'll be back right after this here on YouTube.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. Squeeze out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers. baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back in. Black Bears YouTube page still searching for the game's first goal here. 0-0. Shots are now even at 8 apiece. Cavalieri and McAnanamaw save those names 5 times fast, folks. I'm telling you, you're not going to have a good time. Logar and Baker with a couple of words for each other. Really want to get Andrew Logar mic'd up at some point this season. Been told he's the funniest person to listen to on the ice. Face off one back. Bonds wrister. Knocked down. Squirts into the blue paint, and Carolina will clean it up. Across the blue line, Binghamton almost gave it away right there as Farmer had a knuckle puck, but McAnanamaw was standing on top of the crease waiting for it. .351 left to go here, first period action. So, good shot off the draw by Bond. I believe it was tipped by Kirkby into the crease of Cavalieri. And Binghamton will win this defensive zone draw once again, though. Can the Black Bears knock it out? They can. Kirkby knuckles it in front of the red line. No icing here. As Carolina deposits its back over. One-man wrecking crew for Dominic Dumas, and thrown back the other way. Linesmen say no icing, and they tell the boys to keep on playing, and they will comply. Clay Keeley starts the breakout for the Thunderbirds. Over to Nate now, 21, the brother. Behind the net, squirts into the blue paint, and McAnanamaw covers up. Any sense of danger, McAnanamaw quick to put that glove on top of it. And this faceoff will be coming up to his left. Don't forget, folks, we have the Excite Motorsports Intermission report coming. It'll be filled with a look at the standings, the out-of-town scoreboard, and an elongated interview with Jesse Anderson. So don't go anywhere. A lot more coming up during intermission. Ivashin gets a piece of it at the red line. Cavalieri comes out of his net, and then it was stolen right off the backside by Connor Smith. Nobody on the Carolina team let him know that he was coming. So now Butita puts it over for Nate Keeley along with Schnapp. 2-on-2, goes out wide. Keeley and Boylar do battle. Now Schnapp behind the net, centering up, denied by Weber. And Jesse Anderson calmly plays it over for Boylar. Boylar stretch pass. Knocked away. Schnapp couldn't touch it. He was offsides. And Black Bears will try this again from square one. Weaver back over for Smith. A lot of open ice for Jesse Anderson. Anderson, back check. Tried to center it off the backside of the goalie. Cavalieri stands his ground. Smith's centering pass blocked as Kennedy was knocked down to the ice by the Cowboy. Still below the Carolina goal line, Salak and Smith, one of the two larger boys that you see out there on the ice. Doing battle with it, and now Pestica below the dots, tries a low angle shot off the side of the net. Salak over to the rebound, give and go action. Check line out there for Coach Harrison's club. Keeley, D-to-D with Firth. Shot blocked partially by Liam Anderson, still in though. Back up to the line, give and go. Action on the far side. They're looking for the seam pass all the way across, but Binghamton does a good job of gapping up defensively. Terse marking a man. That's Salak up at the line. Now Clay Keeley. Backhander denied by McAnanamaw, and Walters calmly collects the rebound and pulls it behind the Binghamton net. Got a minute and some change left to go here, period number 1. Shots 12 Carolina, 10 for Binghamton. Slat pass for Walters. From Walters to Somro. Couldn't be handled cleanly. Carolina right back into the offensive side. Kennedy, a lot of open space. His shot denied by McAnanama, cleaned up by Liam Anderson. Into the corner, still in though. Walters trying to get it over to Somro. It does get out into the neutral zone and not deep enough for icing. Bioni quick to re-up the puck as Binghamton was in the process of a line change. All the way around the kick plate and behind McAnanama's net. Binghamton trying to get to the locker room here. 30 seconds left to go. This is thrown down in front of the icing line as James Farmer from Mississauga, Ontario puts a nice move on. But thwarted by the Black Bears defense right back out into the Carolina end. Stone intercepts a pass. Cleared on target. Cavalieri puts it on the glove. And a shot on goal. And another stoppage. 7 seconds left to go here in the first period. Maybe a final offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Black Bears. So Carolina had a power play. Somro sent down with a boarding call at 12:01 of the period. But nothing Carolina could gain control of. Here, clock is going to run out here in the final seconds in the Carolina end. Nothing will come of this final skirmish in the corner. And we have reached the end of the first period. Shots on goal, 13 for the Thunderbirds, 11 for the Black Bears. As Black Bears will take the long skate across the tunnel into the locker room. We have the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report coming right up after these messages, so don't go anywhere, folks. We got highlights, interviews, and an update on the FPHL standings now that we are a quarter of the way through the season. So don't go anywhere, folks. More to come right after this.
Fans, the Black Bears will be back here at home on Friday night, December 15th at 7 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. Make sure to come early and take advantage of the 2-for-1 beer special that runs through the end of the first period. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Can't wait to see you here.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Look back to the beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back in for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Well, folks, buckle up. We got a good one here. 0-0 after the first 20 minutes of the contest. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Columbian Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet. Columbian Mutual Life has been protecting families in the Southern Tier for over 140 years. The Black Bears were not able to draw a power play opportunity, unlike the Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds are 0 for 1, as Justin Somro took a boarding infraction at the 12:01 mark of the period. Now, 35 seconds in, tempers flared early, and maybe Tyson Kirkby talking it over with Joe Kennedy saying, hey, we're going to go. Do you guys want to go? Looks like both of them complied. No points for the takedown as both players were separated by the linesman at the end of the altercation, but those two guys did sit down for their fighting major. We started officially at 7:41 tonight, and it is 8:19 local time here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Forsyth County in the Tar Heel State. Getting a good look at that Thunderbirds ice logo here as we have a lot to get through Here on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report, we're going to hear a pre-recorded update on tonight's standings and talk a little bit about the out-of-town scoreboard. On the other side of that, we will hear about the out-of-town scoreboard. I'll read that live as we already have some games going on in the FPHL tonight. 10 out of the 11 teams playing on Friday night. And also, we have a very special extended interview with our good friend and assistant captain, Jesse Anderson. So we got a whole lot to get to, folks. We're going to take a timeout, come back, and we'll get on top of it right after this here on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit BinghamtonBlackBears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back into another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Even at Donuts Apiece here, home of Krispy Kreme. If you know, you know. Actually, probably a lot of people back up in Binghamton don't know. So if you've ever had a Krispy Kreme donut, headquarters right here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where it all started. Got to go around town earlier today, see the Winston Cup Museum, the early iterations of NASCAR and stock car racing. Neat little place. Didn't get to go to it last time we were here last March, so hard to believe it's been about 8 months since the Black Bears were here in town in Winston-Salem. Still very warm. 60 degrees today on the short walk over to the arena, and I do say walk because that is exactly what the Black Bears were able to do. Is walk over from the Courtyard Marriott right on over here for tonight's game. So while we have this opportunity, I'm going to send it over to our good friend Jesse Anderson. Jesse, alternate captain, assistant captain, whichever way you want to crumble your cookie. Here, we had a long pregame interview in the lobby of the Courtyard Marriott. I wish it was in the courtyard of the Courtyard, but it wasn't. But for right now, I will step aside. On the other side of this, you'll hear my interview with Jesse Anderson about some of the adversity that the Black Bears have faced this season, even though the record says they really haven't seen a lot of it. And that was one of my questions that I asked Jesse, and he kind of, just corrected me and said, no, we think we've been through a lot, which is great. Love a lot of pushback. So here's our interview with Jesse Anderson that we recorded earlier today after morning skate. Now joined by Black Bears assistant captain Jesse Anderson. Jesse, we're over the quarter of a way there through the FPHL season. The Black Bears find themselves in front of a very important weekend down in North Carolina in Winston-Salem taking on the Thunderbirds. And you guys were able to grab 4 points last time these two teams faced off back in Binghamton. It was just under a month ago that we faced off with the Thunderbirds. What is it that you remember the most about the matchup with this Carolina team?
They match up well against us. They're a good team overall. They got good speed, good size, good defense, good goaltending. It's a good matchup for us, and I like playing against them. When you put the two #1 teams up against each other, it's bound to be a good game.
Yeah, both teams in first place in their respective divisions, Carolina being in the Continental and Binghamton in the Empire. Last time these two teams faced off saw Mario Cavalier both nights in net, and that's the expected plan here this weekend as well. When you're facing off with a good goaltender, what's the key to being able to get through? Is it just throwing more shots on target to play the percentage game, or is it try to slow it down a little bit and kind of lull them into a sense of laziness and mind wandering?
It's a little bit of both. You definitely want to take good quality shots, and you also want to get as many pucks on the net as you can. Cavi's a good goalie. He's a good buddy of mine. Definitely going to try and get in his head this weekend and see what I can do to get him off his game. But we just gotta do what's been working for us. Taking a lot of shots, making high quality plays, and putting it in the back of the net.
What do you think the key to victory, not only tonight, but maybe on Saturday, is going to be for the Black Bears? This has traditionally been a tough place to play for Binghamton on the road, and it's a packed-in environment, nothing that Binghamton's not familiar with. It's very comparable to Danbury, the way that the fans are right on top of you. But what's the big key takeaway here for victory for the Black Bears?
Personally, so I haven't played here yet, but I think just from playing at Danbury and playing in where fans can get right on top of you, and you just gotta dampen the noise and just play hockey. And there's gonna be some ups, there's gonna be some downs, but as long as we work through them, I think we'll be just fine.
All right, and it's safe to say this team hasn't gone through a ton of adversity this year quite yet, at least in the wins and losses column. Only one regulation loss and a couple of overtime defeats to go up on the record. What's been the key for the Black Bears this year, staying away from adversity so far?
I think there is adversity. for us to make it to overtime in some of those games, like, you have to pull it together and just figure out how to either get to overtime or even pick up the win. And those things are they're tough to come by, but just overall, like, as a team, we're all here for the same goal, and everyone shows up every day for practice and games. Like, there's not much more you can ask, so I think overall we're just happy to be here and we just want to win.
Yeah, how do you think a morning skate went today?
It was okay. Day off for traveling. I think the boys knew that it wasn't our best morning skate, but they'll be ready to go tonight.
Okay, and you guys talked about, some of the anomalies about the arena. I saw some of you guys pointing it out.
Yeah, there's some weird stanchions. I've played down in the south before. Nothing's perfect down here. The weather, the humidity, it changes everything. The boards get all warped. The ice is going to be softer. It's not what we have back in Binghamton, but you adapt and you play through it.
Well, that's good to hear. Anything else you got? I know that you've been playing a couple of games now at center.
Yep.
With Nikita and Connor Smith being on the wings here. How have you felt like you've handled the transition back to forward this year, predominantly where you played last season with the Black Bears?
I think I'm doing all right. Hopefully I can put one in the back of the net, but if not, whatever, it happens. But I've played center, played D, played wing. It's kind of just wherever Coach Hurd wants to throw me, I'll play. So as long as it's anything but goalie, I'll e-bug if I have to, but that's not going to happen. So
I think they made the joke that I'd have to do that one time eventually, but luckily for the Black Bears, they have 3 this weekend making the trip. All right,
Yeah.
Jesse, thank you for the time and the interview. We appreciate it and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's the voice of Jesse Anderson. More coming up after these messages. Don't go anywhere, folks.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
All about you make me think of good things.
Good day.
Like calming tempers down.
Good day.
And passing them around.
So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good
day. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Endwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State career with Broome OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Tech Guy's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes! That's awesome!
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Appalachian. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn and Suites.
Welcome back in as we get ready for the second period between the Carolina Thunderbirds and your Binghamton Black Bears. Second period means we're going to have a very long change for the defensive players to get over. It's across the red line just barely for both of the respected teams. And the second period brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. Fast, fiber, and reliable internet, the best of them all. Second period action here. Getting ready to go here. Just said hello to the North Carolina fan club of the Binghamton Black Bears. Some good friends making their acquaintance known here at the arena. And just like I told them they couldn't sit in those spots and somebody was sitting there, they tried it anyway. Nobody ever listens to Brooks. That hasn't changed. But enough about me. Let's talk about the period for the Black Bears. They were able to kill off a Thunderbird power play with relative ease. Only one shot on goal on the man advantage for the T-Birds. And there was only one minor penalty. It was at the 12:01 mark to Justin Somero. It looks like I have already misplaced my black pen. It's a good thing the rest of the way. All I need is colors. Red for the Thunderbirds and green for the Black Bears. Imagine paying for this. I'm glad we could stream all season long here on YouTube. Getting a good look at this center ice face-off here, and we are officially underway for the second period, brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. Bond quickly throws it right back out to the red line where Tyson Kirkby knocked it down, but it does skate its way over to the Thunderbird stick. Now Logar knocking it away, and Dan Stone circles behind his own net to retrieve the puck. Not cleared though. Held in by Farmer. Stone on that fresh ice looking to skate it over. Baker was all in front of the net by himself, all alone. He never was able to receive the pass. This is touched up on a high stick by Kirkby, but nullified by Carolina as they touch it first. So now Kirkby pulls the puck behind his own net, and this will be a breakout 200 feet for Dan Stone. Gives me the opportunity to let you know that Ideal Bowling Center is where Binghamton hockey fans bowl, with open bowling all week long and money-saving specials. Ideal is the perfect place for company parties, birthday parties, special occasions, or maybe a little company retreat as well. Located at 119 Jennings Street in Endicott, they are so much more than just your favorite bowling alley. Big thanks to our friends over at Ideal Bowling Center for once again sponsoring the Binghamton Black Bears. Center ice face-off here. There's one back by the Thunderbirds. Kennedy fired up with Tucker Firth for the time being. Now remember, Carolina only playing with 5 defensemen tonight. So a 5-man rotation to play 2 spots at a time. Held in at the line by Boylar. Ivashkin gives chase. He spins around Kennedy, but Kennedy does a good job boxing Ivashkin out and gets the puck on the forehand. And possession for the Thunderbirds in their own end, but they turn it over. Smith in between the hashes, off the skate of Jesse Anderson, couldn't be corralled, and that'll allow Carolina to come back out with it. They hold up at the line. Salat trying to go 1-on-3, use that big frame to his advantage. His ice is cut in half by Anderson and Boylar. but temporarily regains control of the puck. Ray, good job on the stick lift, gets it over to Anderson, and now 3-on-2 for the Black Bears if they hurry. Shot by Ray, steered aside by Cavalieri. Smith couldn't hold it in, and this will be knuckled back out to Dan Weber, who was waiting for it at his own blue line. Liam Anderson had the puck wrapped away off the stick of Pastuca, and dumped in by Connor Smith at the red line. Ray giving chase. Smith goes for a line change. Decision time for JT Walters. He elects the pinch, gets the puck in deep. Fletcher lost his stick. All the meanwhile, Carolina throws the puck into the Binghamton end. Binghamton with the first shot of the period here. About 17.5 left to go here. Somero gets tied up with Anderson, leads to a Carolina takeaway. Here are the face-off dots, but Somero regains his edges. And now Binghamton trying to start some offense, but nullified by Carolina at the offensive blue line. McAnanamaw takes a saucer pass on the centering attempt and just melts it down. It was intended for James Farmer, who was really joining the rush there. And here melt it down. Carolina in the process of a line change, and Gus Ford back out on the ice for his first shift of the second period. Wearing the fishbowl, the full fishbowl, clear visor to protect from any further injury. So Ford misses about 8 minutes of game time, but takes his first shift now of this middle period. Apologies for the clock malfunction. We'll get that back and taken care of in just a second here. I can tell you that there's 16:45 left to go here in the second period. That puck is blocked by Austin Thompson. No icing against the Thunderbirds. Walter tries to pin it up against the wall. Ford not afraid to get aggressive with the new helmet protection. Does throw this puck out. Kirkby trying to get ever so slight of a touch on it at the offensive blue line. Carolina doing a good job of really nullifying Binghamton's forecheck here tonight. Now Keeley trying to come around Liam Anderson. Lost the handle on it. It steers it into the corner. Centering pass is intercepted, and now Bond comes back the other way. Bond goes out wide outside the dots, trying to find Austin Thompson in stride, but a little bit behind. 25 dressed in white. This is 25 in black. Dawson Baker trying to spring a trap, as Roman Kramer could not catch up to it. Back the other way. Smith, neat little toe drag move. Backhand pass. Ivashkin not in front of the net to hammer home. But Ivashkin does a good job of staying on the forecheck, making things less than ideal for Carolina. Trying to put the puck out of the zone. Held in by Bond at the blue line. His shot fought off by a standing Cavalieri. As Jesse Anderson, been playing defense a lot this year, was holding the blue line. Smith held the puck in. And Carolina now does finally get the puck out of their own end. 3-on-3. Check line in the slot, denied. Well wide of the target. Did not connect with McAnanamaw. Centering pass from Salak is blocked. Never made it there. Over to Connor Smith now at the red line. Dumps it right on target where the Carolina goaltender steers it into the corner. And they pull it behind their own net, and we'll get the clock back up on the screen next time we have a whistle. We're under 15 minutes here. 14:45 left to go as Fletcher gets run into just inside the blue line. Weber toes the paint. Back over to Fletcher. Regains his footing. Slap shot just off target by a hair. Boilar pinching in. Knocks the puck away, and now the captain, Butita, skates 1-on-2. Schnapp goes out wide, beautifully poked away by Fletcher, and back into the neutral zone. Carolina's offsides, they can't touch it, and now they can, and Schnapp last man to touch up for the hometown Thunderbirds. Somero to an open area of ice just to allow Binghamton to complete the line change. Get that top line back out there, Kirkby, Logar, and Thompson. Butita plays it around the wall. McAnanamaw not coming out. We got a penalty coming up. This is against Carolina. Is Boilar coming in to check in on his teammate. It's Weber who's shaken up, and Carolina will be headed to the sin bin when we come back. Still searching for the game's first goal, but the Black Bears have their first power play on the other side of this timeout.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
There it is, 13:56 up on the big board here. Greenlight Networks, proud sponsors of the second period. 6:04 time of the penalty, and one of the Keeley brothers, it was Nate, guilty of a boarding infraction, and that'll allow the Black Bears their first opportunity on the power play here tonight. Kirkby won the faceoff back to Baum, but a good job by Carolina tying up some sticks, and now Binghamton gets set up. So Smith through traffic, his shot blocked, and that'll go off the hand of Bond at the blue line. McAnanamaw will steer it up and set it up on a tee. Binghamton power play this season tied for fourth at 25%. Carolina's penalty kill tied for third, along with Binghamton's at 84.6. So penalty kills dead even with each other. Bond's wrister high above the net, rebound from Smith, sent off the glass as well. Had a little bit of room up top. Couldn't find the corner. Thompson, peppered by Carolina's defense. Now Ivashkin back over to Smith. Cleaned up by the penalty killers and thrown back out. Halfway through this Henny Hard Seltzer power play, first of the night for the Black Bears. Carolina is 0 for 1 on their man advantage. Logar skates on through and going to be cleaned up. Now Boylar dancing across the red line. Looks like the crowd was fighting with the scorekeeper a little bit there on one of the clocks to start. One of them is right. We'll find out in a second. Anderson couldn't play it at the blue line, though. Got 43 seconds left to go. This is offsides, though, as Ray could not wait for Austin Thompson to touch up. And the referees are going to sort out how much time is exactly left here in this one. So it's not just my clock that's wrong, it's the referees as well. How about that? Everybody makes mistakes, and everybody has those days. Nate Keeley sitting down in the penalty box for boarding. It was on Dan Weber. Still searching for the game's first goal. Not how long I expected for the first goal to come. So they're going to say 12-16. And the referee's saying they are going to allow Binghamton the final change here as they were getting the explanation. So Dan Weber comes out to replace Jesse Anderson. Puck is dropped. And now we are officially back underway for the power play. Linesman inadvertently gets in the way. Final push for Binghamton as Carolina does clear, and penalty is coming up. Here, cross-checking is the call. And that'll end Binghamton's power play opportunity. They fall 0 for 1, and we'll have 9 seconds of 4-on-4. Boylar guilty of the infraction. at 7:57 for cross-checking. Looks like the scorekeeper having a little hard time with the pronunciation. But Matu Boilar guilty of it. 4-on-4 now turns to 5-on-5 as Nate Keeley comes right out of the penalty box. So 4-on-4, nobody scored. Slap shot, kick save made by McAnanama. Loose puck off the hand of Pestuka. And Cavalieri settles it down. Binghamton gets set up. Kirkby goes over to the bench for Fletcher. He's paired up with Austin Thompson as the two forwards. Pestuka off the wall. It slows down partially on the kick plate. Thompson hops it end over end forward, could not handle it. Carolina's off sides. And a couple players losing their edge right at the Binghamton blue line here in that second period. Cleared attempt from Dawson Baker, intercepted by Anderson, and here skate across all three lines by himself. And take some time off the clock, allow Binghamton to change the defenseman. But now giving it right back to Carolina. Gus Ford comes in, dances around one player, lost the handle on the second, but McAnanama covers up with the glove in the blue paint for no further play. .55 left to go in the period. Still searching for the game's first goal. So Stuka tying up on the face-off. A lot of bodies in front of the net. Firth loading the cannon at the top of the umbrella. Give and go action on the far side with Dumas. And that pass deflected by Kirkby. And that'll do the hard work for Binghamton. Second unit out for Coach Steve Harrison's club. Steered in on McAnanama. Wanted to get it on the forehand to try to clear it himself, but his only play was to cover up. 10:23 left to go here in the second period, and in the penalty to Boilar, 20 seconds. Face off one back by Carolina. Pestuka plays it over for Panicek, trying to find that open slot for Salak in the bumper position. Centering pass all the way across for Pestuka, looking for the back door. None provided. Crowd going a little restless that the Thunderbirds aren't throwing any pucks on net. Boilar up and ready, and he has returned. A couple of sticks getting tied up and dropped in the corner. Back up to the blue line. Some more hits getting laid on. Shot blocked as a reverse hit laid on by Jesse Anderson. Sticks are flying like a yard sale out there. You'd think this was a lacrosse match. Weaver pins a man up against the board. Nobody can gain control of the puck. Finally, Panichuk will. All the way across. Smith knocks it down and hits Ivashkin right in stride. Ivashkin coming back the other way, and beautiful wrap check on the defensive side by Gus Ford. Nullifies that opportunity for the Black Bears. But toying it away right by Ivashkin, sent it high. Oh, that would have been a golden opportunity for the first goal here in this one. Kirkby reverses it down low to an open area. Nobody there for Binghamton. And then a big hit laid on Ivashkin as a shot put wide. Cavalieri's net. Ivashkin gets over to the bench to comply with the rules. Carolina 0 for 2 on the power play here as the physicality is picking up quite a lot here in the second period. Stone settles it down, gets away from the broken stick. Stretch pass over to Connor Smith. Off the wall for Austin Thompson. He gets run into by Nate Keeley. Doing a good job of wearing his visor. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. Dan Stone now behind his own net. Reverses it around. High energy here in the second period. Shot 17-16. Turnaround shot from Keeley. And a kick save made by McAnanama. Schnapp pinches, fought off by the Binghamton goaltender. Somero waiting on the loose puck to get over to him, almost waited too long. Dan Stone settles it down, gets it over to Kirkby. Always a safe play, and Kirkby skates it across all 3 lines. Kirkby plays it out wide for Somero. Takes a look over at the bench and will go for a line change. Bond, a slapper, kick save made by Cavalieri. Logar starting and stopping outside the face-off dots, is about to get pinned up against the boards and right on cue. He does. Liam Anderson, easy shot save made. Somero, turn around on the rebound, couldn't get it in the far post. And Somero is going to get called for another penalty again. Out in front. That'll take us to another media timeout. Somero saying that he went down easy. The athletic training staff on the ice says differently, but we will take a timeout. Find out right after this here on Black Bears YouTube.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back in. Second period action brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. Binghamton going to be man down for 2 minutes as Justin Somero takes his second penalty of the night. Carolina is 0 for 2 on the power play here, but physicality picking up here, and it's been the Thunderbirds that have been the more aggressive side. So face-off won back by the Black Bears. Quick deposit back out of the puck. And Ford will go out wide, throw on the brakes, let everybody get set up here for Carolina. Festuca plays it over for Panichuk. Wraps it around the wall, takes a funky bounce, and it's a tie-up in the corner. Bond tries to catch up to it, but Panichuk and the blue line will be able to do so. Bond will slap it off the kick plate and out. Binghamton in a line change right now. Does a good job of pushing Carolina back temporarily, at least, that they can get everybody out on the ice. Stone slaps it off the glass, and it settles down near the Carolina goal line, taking away the odd man rush that Carolina had waiting at the red line. Salak dodges a hit from Weber. Failed clear attempt, though, by Boilar. Panichuk down low for Ford. Top of the umbrella. Now Firth a shot. Save made by McAnanama. Still loose into the corner. Fletcher tries to soccer this one out. Held in at the line. First shot. Denied. Rebound. McAnanama diving down and makes the save. One of his best of the night, keeping this game scoreless. 38 seconds left to go in the Somero penalty. A minor for cross-checking. Carolina's third of the night. Oh, my apologies there. The clock started without my cue. There's 6:07. We will get that taken care of in just a second. Farmer off the wall for Schnapp, playing that Gus Ford spot. Right now, Farmer shot looking for the man on the back door. Butita intercepted instead. And now 5:40 left to go in the second period. Still searching for the game's first goal. 0-0 where we stand. Carolina, though, on the power play. Somero up and ready. He has returned. Rebound could not be attained by Schnapp. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, everybody. Pace has been controlled by the Thunderbirds this period. Farmer, shot, blockered away by McAnanamaw, squirts into the corner. Walters tries to chip it up, stays in play. Anderson couldn't clear. Penalty is coming up, and it's against Carolina, and Binghamton is headed back to the power play. So Henny Hard Seltzer power play. High sticking is the call against Tucker Firth. Time of the penalty is 14:54, and Carolina will get their second opportunity to kill a penalty tonight. They've killed off the only one so far. It was Nate Keeley who took a minor for boarding earlier this frame. So 2 minutes for high sticking. And looks like the ice crew is going to come out and to attend to something very quickly here. While we have this opportunity, we want to tell you about the Learning Ladder Child Care Centers. They're located in Endicott and Johnson City. They enroll children ages 6 weeks to 12 years old. Call them at 607-770-3806 for an appointment today to walk through one of their child care facilities. Come join their family and they will help your child grow. Oh, looks like they're bringing out some kind of contraption. I'd be lying, folks, if I said I knew exactly what that was. It looks like a fire extinguisher, but on steroids. Don't forget, we got the second period intermission report brought to you by Excite Motorsports. Instead of hearing from one of our friends like we heard from Jesse Anderson, we will hear from myself and talk about the standings and a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of games going on here tonight. We were 6 seconds away from a media timeout, and it looks like we went ahead and did it. So we will do it like they will. Back after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah! All right, I got the Hennies. That's me out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the back. Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back. Coming right into the action, Binghamton on the power play for the second time tonight as Tucker Firth guilty of a 2-minute minor for high sticking. Face-off won back by Kirkby, and Bond will skate at the blue line with it. This unit is Bond, the lone defenseman, with Connor Smith, Tyson, Kirkby, Ivashkin, and Thompson, the four forwards. Bond trying to wrist one through traffic. It was blocked by Ford, and the Thunderbird defense will be able to clear. So still searching for the game's first goal. Carolina 0 for 3 on the power play. Binghamton looking to make it 1 for 2. Ivashkin crutched up against the wall against Kennedy, but watch out. That puck almost went over the glass and wrapped back in. Ivashkin keeping his temper under control and just retreats back in. First unit still out there on the ice. Minute 15 left to go on the Henny Hard Seltzer power play. Give and go action. Kirkby tries to skate in. He's peppered from behind. Kicked by Smith and held in by the captain. Great hand-eye coordination by 26 and 17. Out wide, Kirkby. Behind the net, centers up. Ivashkin took a whack at it. Cleaned up, but not out of the zone. Now Smith. Back across. Boot to stick. Kirkby, as that puck takes a funny bounce off of Connor Smith's tape. Down low. And back across. Near the blue line for Kirkby. Second unit on the bench, ready to go. Kirkby misfires, tipped in, though, by Ivashkin. The Black Bears have the game's first goal. Nikita Ivashkin grabs his 10th goal of the season, and the Black Bears are on the board first. So a power play goal for Nikita Ivashkin. The assist going to Tyson Kirkby. And we'll see who the secondary helper is. Time of the goal, 16-17 of the period. So now Carolina, for the first time in this series, has not scored the game's first goal through 3 games. Somero trying to steer it on the backhand for Terse, but nullified by Carolina. Now Creamer coming back the other way. Drops it back over for Ford, spins around Somero, but Terse gets right in the grill of that fishbowl by Ford and throws the puck out. This is off the wall, will not make the line for icing. 3 minutes and change left to go here in the period. Black Bears lead 1-0, thanks to Ivashkin's 10th of the season. Now Kramer crossing over the line with Ford. Steers it off the kick plate. Back into the slot, a shot and a goal. Carolina ties it up. Dawson Baker picks up the loose change and grabs his 10th of the season as well. So 2 goals coming in the period. Binghamton first, Carolina second, only separated by a minute apart. Now the Thunderbirds looking for more. Off the stick of Pestica. 2:40 left to go here in the period. As the cowbells ring throughout the arena. Panicek down low near the goal line. Low angle shot off the side of the net. Panicek lost the handle on it. It'll be cleared by Anderson on the backhand, back out into neutral ice. Pestuca coming out. A blocker shot away from McAnanama into the crowd. 2:03 left to go here in the middle period. So each team with a goal. It's Dawson Baker for Carolina and Nikita Ivashkin for the Black Bears. Binghamton 1 for 2 on the power play. Carolina 0 for 3. We'll have those whole stats for you during the Columbia Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet and the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights. Logar could not get the puck out. Imperative now for Binghamton to be able to do so. Stone does chop it out of harm's way, goes end over end, taking no icing as it was settled down here. And Joe Kennedy with plenty of time behind his own net. This play is on sides, could work out for Carolina, but a diving effort by Dan Stone plays the puck outside the crease legally with his hand. Got to be careful when that blue paint touching it with your hand. Don't want to give Carolina a penalty shot. Kirkby tries to get this puck out of the wall. Logar will, though, on second effort. Now Kennedy skates in. Shot high, riser just above the crossbar here with a minute to go. So Dan Stone pulls it behind his own net. Like some seconds tick off. Carolina changing, so the referees are going to let him do it. And now he's going to be implored to play the puck. Bond over to his college teammate. And now Fletcher through the middle of the ice. Had it knocked away from his stick. Cavalieri will instead just melt down on top of it with 24 ticks left to go in the period. Face-off won back by Carolina. 20 seconds left to go here. Person lost his helmet. Could be the final push for the Thunderbirds. Low angle shot, blockered away. Ford right in between the slots, fanned on a shot. 8 seconds left. Final push for the Black Bears. Smith toe drag into the net and out of play with 4 ticks left to go in the middle period. Excite Motorsports intermission report coming up. Saw Coach Sherwood look at McAnanamaw like he might be interested in pulling the goaltender here with these final 4 seconds. Anderson wins it into the corner, and the final ticks of the period will make their way off of the board. Now Baker with some words for Ivashkin. And it looks like a fan forgot to mix in a water through the first 2 periods down there against the glass. And the linesmen and the referees are going to get in between the 2 sides here and implore the teams to get to their respective locker rooms. So Binghamton will empty their bench first, take the long skate over. Washington still with some words for Baker, but he's going to be pulled back by some teammates here as Binghamton will calmly get off of the ice and make their way into the locker room. Tyson Kirkby still chatting with one of the officials here tonight, but nothing big over there. See, the 2 teams looks like cooler heads are going to prevail here, and they're just going to skate their way over into their respective tunnels. Top of your screen, Coach Sherwood making his way over to the room as well. I will step aside and find out what's coming up on the Excite Motorsports intermission report right after this. Don't go anywhere, folks. Got highlights, stats, and more coming up on the other side of this timeout.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back in, everybody, for another edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Brooks Hill flying solo here this weekend down in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Forsyth County in the Tar Heel State. Had a few of my playing days in Forsyth County back in high school football. Shout out North Raleigh Christian Academy, home of the Knights. In my special teams minutes as kick returner and punt returner. But enough about me. Let's get to what everybody is still hanging on to. if you're still with us here during the intermission. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We haven't done it tonight. I apologize. First time doing all of this new technology setup by myself. Thank you for being patient with me. But let's go ahead and read the out-of-town scoreboard. In a shocking turn of events, Elmira leads Watertown 7-3. Also worth noting, Tate Leeson called up to the Adirondack Thunder for this weekend. So Wolves without arguably their best player for their weekend matchups. So 7-3, Elmira leads. Didn't have that one on the bingo card. Port Huron and Motor City tied at 3. That game is at McMarran Place in Port Huron. That game is in the third period right now. Mississippi and Columbus tied at 3. So get this, folks. Two of the highest scoring teams in the league with two of the highest goal differentials. Lowest scoring game going on right now because Baton Rouge leads Blue Ridge 3-0 down at the Raising Cane Center. Coming into tonight, Binghamton had a plus 25 goal differential of 71-46. That's tied for best in the league. Right behind them in third, the Thunderbirds, 47-27, a plus 20 goal differential. So how about that? Two of the teams with the best offense in the league have a great defensive game. Goaltenders standing on their heads here in this one. You don't get this every night in the FPHL, but when you do, it's rare and you just absolutely love it. Let's see how low this game can score here at the end of the night. We know somebody is at least going to get to 2. It might be a race to 3, folks, just based on the way that this game is going. So that's our look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Baton Rouge 3-0 over Blue Ridge in the first period. Columbus and Mississippi tied at 3 in the second intermission. Motor City and Port Huron tied at 3 in the third. And in the third period, Elmira steamrolling Watertown 7-3. Take a timeout, come back. We're taking a look at the FPHL standings before they change with the games going final tonight. All of that and more on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
You make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Endwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State Career with Broom OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes! That's awesome!
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Appalachian. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn and Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me? How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back in for the second period edition of the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com. Binghamton did get on the board first, but it was tied up just about a minute later by the Thunderbirds, Dawson Baker. We'll talk about the highlights a little bit later on in the intermission report. But for right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Columbian Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet, brought to you by our friends, of course, over at Columbian Mutual Life. Binghamton with 8 shots on goal that frame. One of them went in on the power play. It was Nikita Ivashkin's 10th of the season. I guess we can talk about it right now. The assist went to Tyson Kirkby and Dakota Bond. So Tyson Kirkby picks up assist number 8 on the year, and Dakota Bond picks up helper number 9. So Bond has 3 assist nights. We'll see if that can continue on here tonight. Someone's going to have to score to win this game. Carolina did tie the game up at the 17:08 mark. Dawson Baker scores his 10th of the season. Gus Ford picks up the assist. Reigning MVP did not miss a shift in the middle frame. And the secondary helper goes to Joe Kennedy. So both players who were in that fight only 35 seconds in on the score sheet tonight. So now both of those guys are a goal away from the Gordie Howe hat trick. How about that? Bet you didn't see that one coming. But for right now, let's take a look at what's going around the FPHL. I'm not talking about the out-of-town scoreboard. I'm talking about the standings. So standings going to be a big key here coming up in the second half of the season when teams start to jockey for position for a playoff home ice advantage. So I recorded in the makeshift studio, a.k.a. my hotel room, earlier today. A little in-depth look at the standings going on so far. Welcome into a studio report. It's still me, Brooks Hill, just a little bit earlier in the day here while we are at the team hotel. Thought I would record this little segment here, updating everybody on the standings while we had some time during the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Let's go ahead and check in on the Continental Division. There are 2 teams with 29 points right now at the top, but due to head-to-head tiebreaker, Carolina does sit in first place. They're right behind them in second. Again, same amount of points. 29 is the Columbus River Dragons. The River Dragons coming in with a record of 9-1-2 on the year. Mississippi having a better start to the year as last year's inaugural campaign. They're in third place with 21 points, an overtime win to go with their 6 regulation wins for a final record of 7-6-1. Then you drop down into 4th place, Port Huron, who took on Carolina last week in 3 games in 3-day set. They have 4 regulation wins, 1 overtime win, 6 losses, and 2 in overtime for a 5-6-2 record. They have 16 points on the year. And take a look down, and you get Blue Ridge and Baton Rouge rounding off places 5 and 6, respectively. Blue Ridge with 10 points and Baton Rouge with 8. Zydeco still trying to figure it out a little bit. They have 2 regulation wins and 1 overtime victory this year. Blue Ridge with 2 regulation wins and 1 shootout victory on the campaign. So that's a look at the Continental Division. Carolina and Columbus both with 29 points, but for the time being, Carolina in 1st, Columbus 2nd, Mississippi 3rd, Port Huron 4th, Blue Ridge 5th, and Baton Rouge going through that list right there. And that makes some of these matchups very important, like the Mississippi-Columbus matchup that's going on right now. Let's take a look at the Empire Division a little bit closer to home. Binghamton is still in 1st place with their 11 wins, 1 regulation loss, and 3 overtime defeats with 35 points total. Motor City, the next closest team behind the Black Bears, is occupying 2nd place. They currently have 28 points. And this weekend, Motor City is taking on the Port Huron Prowlers in a home-and-home series up in Michigan. That's now a cross-division matchup as well. Danbury in 3rd place, 6 points behind Motor City, 12 points behind Binghamton. The Rabbits have 22 points on the year. They have made their way back up to a 500 hockey record at 7-7-2. And their losing skid came to an end last week when they were able to defeat Motor City twice. Watertown is in 4th place. They are winners of their last 4, same as Binghamton. They have 17 points and are 10 points clear of the Elmira River Sharks, who are in 5th in the Empire Division. They are losers of 8 in a row. So a lot of streaks going on here this weekend. Carolina, highest in the league with a 7-game winning streak. Right behind them are Binghamton and Watertown, tied with 4 games apiece. 2-game winning streak for Columbus. And then everybody else is either win 1, lose 1, or lose 2 the rest of the way, besides Elmira wrapping it up in 5th of the Empire Division. So that's a quick little update on the FPHL standings. Thank you for tuning in. We will take a timeout, come back with more on the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. So don't go anywhere, everybody.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hennies. Anthony's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on that night.
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7, 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back in to the third period of the night. Here, getting ready for what could be the final period of the night. We stand 1-1. Somebody has to get to at least 2. Buckle up, could be the most exciting period of the season, folks. We start at 5-on-5. Binghamton first goal has also been a scoring change for everybody keeping track at home. The goal now reads Tyson Kirkby, his 9th of the season, from Dakota Bond, and now Connor Smith with the secondary assist. So it reads Kirkby from Bond and Smith, and that extends Connor Smith's point streak now to 8 games in a row with a point. And for everybody at home keeping track, Connor has also only played in 11 games this year for the Black Bears. So we're all square on the big board and all square on the ice. 5-on-5, the game, or the way the game was designed to play. Here we go. Underway for the third period. Opening face-off controlled by the Black Bears, but it will be dumped in behind the Carolina net. Logar trying to steer control, gets it over to the captain. Low angle off the backside of the net. Still tracking for it near the goal line. This is Clay Keeley. He skates it out of harm's way. A couple of Carolina players were directing traffic as McAnanamon can only get his paddle to that puck. And it's cleared right back out, and Carolina has to re-enter the zone, but they have to wait. Gus Ford has made another wardrobe change, everybody. He is now going with the full cage instead of the fishbowl. So instead of the full visor, elects to go the college hockey route and all cage. So for everybody keeping track of Gus Holmes' fashion choices, he now has a cage. So how about that? 1 minute gone, 19 more to go. Stone behind his own net, shortening up the game. Stretch pass, looking for Ivashkin, couldn't find it. Panichuk tried to get it over to Salak, but it finds the stick of Connor Smith. Nifty move to get around Firth. Low angle shot off the backside of the net, held in on the opposite side by Boilar. Anderson, the centerman, down low. It's reversed by Smith. Turned over, though, by Anderson. Back out into the neutral zone for Pastuca and Firth. That pass will be blocked partially Still makes it into the Binghamton end. Weber can only steer it on the back end. Not out. Centering pass denied. Held in by Bioni. Open ice looking for a tip. And McAnanima had to make a save to steer that puck away. Teams jockey for it on the kick plate. Salak trying to start a low cycle. Power move to the front of the net is knocked away by the Cowboy. Weber with a nice little head fake. He's stopping and starting and makes one of the Thunderbirds touch the ice. A nice little play by Boilar off the backside of his own net to get the puck out, but Binghamton couldn't get control. They're off sides. Now they touch up. Somero's trying to dance through Farmer, but could not do so. No icing, they say, as it was tipped on the way through. Fletcher loses his edge partially, but a shot from the blue line is knocked down by Walters. He tries to saucer one up. This is touched with a high stick, and the linesman says indeed it was. So this will be an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Black Bears. 17:28 left to go here in the period. Carolina with one shot on goal so far. They had 15 in the last frame. Rematch tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Same YouTube channel. Same location right here in Winston-Salem. So the puck is dropped. Tied up by Kirkby and Farmer. Butita tries to clear, held in by Walters and almost took the head off his captain with a CNI puck that barely sees past Kirkby's face. Stretch pass, unattainable for Schnapp. Binghamton defense is back on it. Thompson, goalless in his last 5 games, trying to erase that and get the monkey off his shoulder. He's stuck at 12 points. Nate Keeley, shot blockered away by McAnanima. Thompson over to the loose puck. Got a feel for Tomer. He's been going through it. Not on the score sheet, but a takeaway. Schnapp centers up for Ford. It's in the skates. Binghamton does chop at it and get it out of harm's way. Carolina touches up, and that puck will hit the linesman's skate. If that touches a Binghamton player, we're probably looking at too many men on the ice. Anderson, backhanded, steered wide of Vavashkin's tape. And now Ford behind the net. And for an older guy, he can still skate pretty fast. Gets past one man. This is thrown back in. And this is icing against Binghamton. A little late decision from the linesman, but it comes back in the opposite side with 16:09 left to go here in the final period of regulation time. Ford and Jesse Anderson in the face-off dot to the left of McAnanima. Good wing play by the Black Bears as Bond was on that left wing side as the left defenseman all by himself. Bond stopping and starting, met with pressure from the reigning MVP, but this puck is floated out to the red line. Ivashkin gives chase after it, slows it down enough to not make the icing line. And Clay Keeley cuts through the middle of the ice, and he lost his edge. Nothing there. And Ivashkin trying to skate on in with Connor Smith for a late developing 2-on-1, but instead held up. Binghamton now on sides, give and go over to Smith. Toe drag and a block shot from Keeley. Stays in. I think Carolina was signaling that it already went out. Stone's wrister from the point. Toe save made by Cavalieri. Thunderbirds to the rebound. So Binghamton with a couple of good shots right there, or a couple of good chances, I should say. Only one got through. Bond reversing it around the wall. Ray loses his edge, tries to get the puck outside the blue, and he does. The Razor, always quick to get right back up on his feet, will do so. But Binghamton was changing their defense, and that'll allow Salak to come back the other way. Ray back checks, and that puck is backhanded. Held in by Bioni. Binghamton looking for a hand pass. They didn't get it, but they now have control of the puck the other way. Weber on the backhand, over to Ray, wide open, 1-on-2. Dodges a hip check from Bioni. Only connected partially. And now Thunderbirds come away 2-on-4. Salak on the backhand, cuts to the front of the net. Pad save made by McAnanamaw. Back up to the line. Firth was waiting for it. Instead, he just runs into Somero away from the puck, and Somero asking the referee why that wasn't interference. But Somero will go off for a line change instead. Firth outside the blue line, wraps it on far side. Right wing, Schnapp waiting for it down low. Only man for Carolina below the goal line. Now Kennedy, D to D with Firth. Across, looking for a tip. In front of the crease, McAnanamaw hangs on and sends us to our first media timeout of the period. 13:53 left to go. Shots favor the home team by 11, 31-20 shots on goal. Back with you after these messages here on YouTube.
Fans, the Black Bears will be back here at home on Friday night, December 15th at 7 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. Make sure to come early and take advantage of the 2-for-1 beer special that runs through the end of the first period. Grab your tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. Can't wait to see you here.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Oh, Labatt, you make me think of good things.
Good day.
Like calming tempers down. Good day. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Labatt's good beer. Good thing.
Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Getting a good look at the officials talking with the scorekeepers here. 13:53 left to go in the third period. In case you're just tuning into the third period, where have you been? But also the Nikita Ivashin goal has now been changed. It is Tyson Kirkby's goal from Dakota Bond and Connor Smith at the 16-17 mark on the power play. So Ivashkin no longer credited with the goal. Looks like they reviewed it during intermission, and Ivashkin did not get a piece of it. It was off the stick of Tyson Kirkby. So now they're just waiting for the clock to get corrected. And there it is, 13:53 I should say. Now Coach Harrison getting an explanation from the same official, probably hearing the same thing that Coach Sherwood just heard. And now we are ready to go. Oh no, excuse me, there seems to be another delay because of the ice. So you're looking at the linesman. I believe he's digging his foot into something. The door is open across the ice for the ice crew to come out. Do not know if they're going to or not. Momentary pause in the action. So Binghamton credited with with one shot so far in the period. And Carolina credited with 4. Looks like a member of the ice crew came out, did something, or explained at least something to the referees. While we have this opportunity, we can take another look at the out-of-town scoreboard and tell you that we do have some finals going on across the league. Port Huron defeats Motor City at home in regulation. That's big for the Black Bears, as Motor City does not collect points here. They are now on a 3-game losing skid. Elmira should not still be playing Watertown. That game should be over. It might not just have been entered in as final, but Elmira up 7-3. And that one, that's our update on the Empire Division. Danbury idle tonight. And a quick look for tomorrow. Danbury will take on Watertown at home tomorrow. So, ice crew vacated temporarily. their corner, and the linesman explaining what to do. Oh, there's the whistle. That means we get to play hockey. All right, so here we go. Puck is going to be dropped to the right of McAnanamaw. Offensive zone draw for the Thunderbirds. Pushed back, still in the face-off dot. Team's fighting for it, and Dan Stone comes away with the loose puck. Stone off the wall, shot off the shoulder of McAnanamaw. And a sidestep by Thompson. Gets that puck back over to Dan Stone. Logar tries to clear, held in by Schnapp. All alone out in front, McAnanamaw made the save, 1-on-none. Back up to the point, Kennedy's wrister easily seen by the goalie. And McAnanamaw hangs on tight. Another face-off coming up in his defensive zone. So Binghamton not being able to get that puck out. Leads to another golden opportunity for the Thunderbirds, but McAnanamaw standing tall here. Ford wins the faceoff back to Baker. Softly glides it off the wall. Down low for Kramer. Kramer dancing around Ivashkin, looking for the pass on the backside, but instead just drops it back for Ford. Give and go action is tipped into the safety net and out of play. So 13:08 left to go here. They had to knock that puck out. Anderson and Ford do battle with it. And Ivashkin will draw Anderson to get out of the face-off circle. Smith trying to knock it backwards. Everybody gets to their assigned spots. Weaver puts on the brakes, and he's pinned up against the wall by Kramer. Binghamton using the backside of the net to lead to some good breakouts. Don't see them do that in practice too often. Ivashkin's on a one-man wrecking crew here as he couldn't get out. Anderson tries to knock the puck away from Ford, but Kramer will take it right back. Across the blue line, east-west, nullified by Connor Smith. Wraps this one all the way down. It will be icing with 12:36 left to go in the period. Crowd ready to ring those cowbells. Binghamton gets set up. Anderson on his power side. Wins it into the corner, but Panachuk, who's there waiting for it. Beautifully defended, though, by the Black Bears, as Carolina is going to be forced to touch right back up. Part of the home ice advantage is knowing how to play with these extended behind-the-net zones, let's just call it that. A couple of extra feet on both ends. Turnover, though. Needs to Panachuk coming back. Trailer is nullified by Weber. Backhand attempt failed to clear. Smith taking some wax at it. Binghamton desperately trying to get a line change and a clear. Anderson and Smith will finally knock it up to the red line, where Binghamton will be able to do so. Ivashkin knocks it down legally with his hand and touches it himself. Binghamton in a line change. Look out. Panachuk, wrister. No net front presence. Easy pickings for McAnanamaw. 11:45 left to go in the period. And it has been Carolina with all the offense really so far in this third period. Binghamton only 8 shots in that middle frame, only 1 so far up on the board this period. Face-off one, trying to find Thompson on the stretch pass. Won't make the line for icing, as Farmer had control over it. Forward line out with Dawson Baker. This is the line that scored for the Thunderbirds. Four-man pile up down low in the corner. Kramer, backhand, plays it all the way across for Firth. Off the glass. Not out. Liam Anderson shot denied by Cavalieri. And now makes its way over into the corner, skated out of harm temporarily by Carolina, but Binghamton touches right back up. Soft floater, same side dump in by Kirkby. And Thompson backhands it over to Liam Anderson, looking through traffic, didn't make it to Cavalieri, just wide on the right side of the net. Stretch pass, Liam Anderson knocks it down. Ford cherry picking like a kid in elementary PE. Coming back though the other way. Ford knocked off the puck by Walters. Another odd man rush nullified by the Black Bears. Ford though still staying on the ice. He wanted to go for a line change, and now he will, as Carolina has the puck in their own zone. Terse lost his helmet, and now he's going to have to get off. New player coming on for the Black Bears. Second time tonight Terse has lost his helmet. Butita throws on the breaks down near the goal line. Connor Smith took his spot. Schnapp steered aside by McAnanima on the wrister. Halfway through the third period, 10 minutes left to go. Still searching for the next goal here in this one. Stone turns it over and back up to the line for Keeley. Kennedy had it knocked away by Connor Smith. Somro tries to skate up to the loose puck. And now Binghamton will be able to clear. Trying to get it is Jesse Anderson. Carolina just dumps it back. And Bond, a little behind him from Adrian College, has to retreat into his own end. So right now, all three of the available Adrian College Bulldogs on the ice for the Black Bears. Brendan Stanko, of course, up in the SPHL. As that puck is going to be floated into the second row in a beautiful catch by a fan. Oh my. That puck was tipped. And that sends us to a media timeout. We're right back after these messages going down the stretch here in Winston-Salem. Folks, don't go anywhere. More to come after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Steve Harrison, head coach of the Carolina Thunderbirds, used to be a scout for the San Jose Sharks in the NHL. Also was the legendary coach of the Danville Dashers back in the day. Got to think that he's excited that the Dashers are going to be coming back, more than likely next season. Here, 9:16 left to go. As I can confirm that the machine that was dragged out onto the ice like a carry-on for a flight is a fire extinguisher that they are trying to refreeze a section of the ice. So how about that? The more you know, everybody. Well, the ice crew attends to this little mishap spot. Was told there was a public skate earlier today here at the arena. That's nice. They do ice rentals here. The Wake Forest University club hockey team and Appalachian State club hockey play their home games here in this arena. Good for the ACHA growth of the game. Nobody should be knocking ACHA. Some of the best players on the Black Bears hail from ACHA colleges. All right. Looks like we're ready. And puck is dropped. Salat, power move to the front of the net. Steered aside. I believe it didn't make it there. Might have been knocked by a stick on the way through. Good offensive cycle for Carolina here as Anderson does pull it out of harm's way, skates in front of his own net, and throws it out into the neutral zone. Look out, though, 2-on-1, stolen by Connor Smith. A wrister, saved by Cavalieri. Anderson comes in, tries to go through the 5-hole, stuff chance denied. Rebound is still available. How did that stay out? A lot of shots getting through the Black Bears, hit a couple bodies on the way through, but Cavalieri stands tall. His first test of the third period. Bodies flying right at the blue line. Linesman says that Carolina is offsides, putting a momentary pause in our exciting action. Give both teams the opportunity to change. Black Bears with their best chance of the third period. T-Birds win the face-off, and Keeley slaps it all the way around, perfectly positioned, almost like he knew how the boards were going to react on the kick plate. Ford tries to spin around Kirkby. His pass, nobody home in front of the net. Kennedy has a wrister blocked, and a centering pass is stolen by the Black Bears captain, where Thompson can play it out to Logar up at the red line. Boilar skate in after it. Here become the high forechecker here, as he sends Firth into the wall. Both people getting a piece of each other. Black Bears wanted a call for a trip. They didn't get it. Boilar still high forward. Now retreats into his defensive spot and goes for a line change. Blown tire leads to a Black Bears opportunity down low. First softly plays it over the wall, and Weaver will get off for JT Walters. Ford 1-on-3. As Fletcher was right onto the ice as soon as Ford got over the line. Walters sees that his team is changing, so he has to keep the puck away from the bench. And this is onside, a dump in by the Thunderbirds. Liam Anderson crunched up against the wall, but allow Walters opportunity and space to skate the puck out of harm's way. Oh, a backhander off of the post. Oh my. Terse centering pass up for Ray, never made it there. Now Ray off the wall, back up for Walters. Walters a slap shot, that was tipped. Centering pass kicked on target. Ray fighting for the loose puck, cleaned up by Butita. And a penalty coming up against the Thunderbirds. Interference is the call, a hit away from the play. And the Black Bears are headed to the power play with 6:52 left to go. It's everybody's favorite Thunderbird, Jacob Schnapp, guilty of the infraction of interference, with 16:52 left to go. So time of this penalty is 13:08. So Schnapp guilty of the infraction. And now a second player, Dominic Dumas, headed over to the penalty box as well. But Carolina will stay with 4 men on the ice. So Smith plays it over for Tyson Kirkby. Give and go action. This power play unit scored. Smith through traffic denied. Thompson, the loose puck rebound. Net actually came off its pegs, but Cavalieri made the save anyway. And 2 minutes extra given for misconduct against Schnapp as well. Will be served by Dumas. So Black Bears have 90 seconds of power play time, brought to you by Henny Hard Seltzer. They're going to have to retreat from their own end to start this one, as Carolina does get the puck out. Carolina is 1 for 2 on the penalty kill so far in this one. Give and go, touch pass over for Ivashkin. Throws on the brakes as he lost his edge. No harm, no fouls. He makes his way back up to his feet. Smith outside the dots. Easy backdoor pass for Nikita Ivashkin. Folks, it doesn't get easier than that, and the Black Bears have taken the lead with 5:58 left to go in regulation time. Crowd will moan on that one, but Ivashkin will get this one, no doubt about it. Third period goal at 14:02 is the time from Connor Smith. So Connor Smith extending his point streak with a couple of helpers here tonight. And Binghamton has a 2-1 advantage. 6 minutes left to go here at the next whistle, non-goal. We will have a TV timeout. And there it is. That's a hand pass against the Thunderbirds. It was caught in the pants of Yuri Pestuka. And now we should get... No, excuse me. We already took the under 10 timeout. I'm sorry. I'm thinking NHL rules. Under 6, not under 5. My apologies. 5:49 left to go. So goes forward now, explaining to Jacob Schnapp what's going on. Binghamton's power play, 2 for 3 on the night. Coming into the night, they were 25% on the year. Kirkby wins the face-off back. And Boilar off the wall, chipped ahead by Austin Thompson into the corner. Tries to center up off the back side of the net. Almost works out better for the Black Bears. That gave Thompson a fighting chance of getting over to the loose puck, held in by Boilar. 5:30 left to go here. Turnover, Logar, forehand. Knocked away as he tried one move too many. Weber through traffic. His shot's blocked by Kennedy into the corner off the knee. Ivashkin down low. Tried the wraparound, didn't have the puck. It rolled off his stick. Little spinorama to dodge that hit from Salak, and the annex has grown quiet here as of recently. Binghamton goes over for a line change. Very carefully, they have John Salak camping out behind the entire defense. Now off the wall. Stolen by Jesse Anderson. Not out. Panichuk slaps it into the open corner where awaiting JT Walters looms over to the puck. And we have a whistle. A couple of players tied up at the blue line for Carolina, but doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Schnapp opens the penalty box door himself. I didn't know that was allowed. And it sends us to our final media timeout of the night. Back with you after this. Black Bears lead 2-1, everybody.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hennies. Constantly's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back in. Here, going down the stretch. 4:40 left to go. Schnapp had the penalty box door open, and the referee told him he could not do that, and the penalty box attendant should not have let him do that either. But here comes Gus Ford, across, skate to stick. Farmer has his ice nullified by a couple of Black Bears defenders, and now Bond a little bit too far ahead. This will be icing. If it makes the line, it will not. Hits a slick spot, and by that I mean dry. And it'll slow up. Now Clay Keeley behind his own net. Through the middle of the ice, knocked away by Bond. Up at the line. Binghamton trying to corral over into the loose puck. Beautiful keep in by Kramer. First game back from loan with SPHL Knoxville. Fletcher floats it up into the night sky and at the red line takes its first hop. Binghamton in the line change right now as their forwards are making their way off the ice. Bond turns it over, forward, behind the net. Beautiful breakup behind. Loose puck, who's gonna get over to it? And it looks like it'll be Dakota Bond, and he is limping, folks. But laid out for the team to make the play. Stretch pass up to the red line. And cleared by Boilar. 3:15 left to go. Back on sides, Carolina is. Boilar tries to knock it out, but he cannot. Held in by the captain, Butita. Always going to look to him to start a good play. Anderson ties him against the wall. And two-man game, we're down low. Weber tries to get it on his forehand around the wall. Nobody getting control of it. Under 3 minutes left to go here. Weber, some open space. Calmly plays it over to Connor Smith, who floats it out into the neutral zone. Looking for Ivashkin far side. Ivashkin in front of the red line, dumps it right back in. Binghamton, Mighty Duck style, all 5 players fresh out onto the ice. 2:33 left to go here. Binghamton giving no quarter at the blue line. Is Carolina having a hard time gaining entry into the zone. Stolen away by a good hit from Kirkby. Stone off the wall. Fletcher, turnover though. Forehand, nobody on the back side for Carolina. Cavalieri starting to leave, vacate. The net is empty. Power move to the front of the net, denied. Loose paint. Save made by McAnanama. Hangs on for a whistle. 2:02 left to go in regulation time. Extra attacker is out for the Thunderbirds. Coach Harrison has the clipboard out, and he will, in fact, call time out. So Carolina calls their 1:30-second timeout with 2:02 left to go in the third period. Coach Sherwood will corral the troops. They're allowed to change if they want to. He's going to get his best defensive players out there on the ice with his best face-off man, Tyson Kirkby, taking the most important draw of the night. Have to think, what's the Black Bears' game plan here? Are you okay with icing it? Taking a chance at getting a 2-goal lead? Do you just want to dump it? Make Carolina touch up? Regroup at the blue line? All these questions and more. Carolina's only 2 losses this year come in regulation. They have been perfect in overtime. Horn sounds, and the Thunderbirds make their way back out to the ice. This face-off is to the left of McAnanama. Referee positioned right on the goal line. A crowd that has grown silent comes alive. Face-off, tied up and won back by the Black Bears. Thompson tries to clear. Barely gets outside the blue line. Net is vacated. Thompson tries to play the puck, and Kirkby tries to knock it back. Ford, acting as a defenseman, down low. Now opposite side into the corner. Pastuca losing the handle on it and not held in at the line by the Carolina defense. Fletcher gets off for Smith. All their 4 stay the same. Kramer behind the net of McAnanama. Leaves it for Bond. Off the glass and out. Smith blew a tire, gets right back up. Baker lost the handle on it and then cleared by Bond. 70 seconds left to go. Through the middle of the ice now. Ford crossing over, waiting for his troops. Shot through traffic. Deflected just wide. McAnamon didn't get a clean handle on it. Under a minute left to go here in regulation time. Connor Smith trying to knock it out of the zone. He will, off the hand and off the post. And they're going to say that was icing against the Black Bears. 46 seconds left to go. Oh, so close for looking for the extra, and a little bit of gamesmanship from McAnamon. Takes off the glove to give a broken stick over to Carolina. And Carolina had started skating over to the bench again. They've already used their timeout. So Kirkby tasked with another important face-off. It's a big pile up inside the face-off dot. Black Bears will try to clear. Smith trying to use that big frame and stay on top of his balance to maintain control of the puck. Stone now tying up, seconds coming off, under 30 ticks left to go. Back up to the blue line, held in. Stuka Baker fanned on it. Thompson has a chance to clear, off the glass and out. This will have enough for icing. And there's the whistle with 13 seconds left to go. So Binghamton very content to ice the puck as Kirkby goes and grabs the goalie's Gatorade from behind the net. Gets a quick squirt. In the birthplace of NASCAR, a little pit stop. So Kirkby and Ford doing it again. One cleanly back by Ford. This is no icing. Carolina has to come all the way back. 5 seconds left to go. Stretch pass nullified. At the blue line, final chance. Shot by Salak. Blocked. And that is the final horn. And the Black Bears escape the annex with 3 points in regulation time after being heavily outshot by 40-26. So Kirkby wins the most important face-off of the night, and the Black Bears skate away with a regulation victory, their 12th of the season, a league leading, and now pick up another 3 points in the standings. Folks, it's been a long night of doing all of this. Don't know how long our intermission or our post-game show will be tonight. We will do it, and we'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere. Final count, Black Bears 2, Thunderbirds 1. La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show coming up right after this.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
The fans weren't done with their cheers after the Thunderbirds have cleared the ice. The Annex faithful letting the officials know how they feel about their decisions tonight. But a game called very evenly. 3 penalties aside for each team. Carolina goes 0 for 3. That's the difference tonight. Binghamton goes 2 for 3. Both their goals come on the power play. Nikita Ivashkin scores the game winner. Assist goes to Connor Smith. And I'm going to get the final tallies for everything here as the big board is still on. Final count shots on goal. Binghamton 26, their lowest total of the season. In their lowest scoring affair, I also might add, have not had a game 2-1 this year. So a good low scoring game you don't see every night with the Black Bears. Binghamton grabs 7 shots on goal in the third period. Final 2 period tallies, 15 for the Black Bears, 27 for the Thunderbirds. Carolina kills off the first power play of the night, but does not kill the final 2, and that is the difference maker. I have been given the 3 stars of the night, and really could make a note for Cavalieri. He made some great saves all night long. Very surprised he was left off. But the 3rd star of the night, Connor McAnanimal with 39 saves in goal for the Binghamton Black Bears. 2nd star from the Thunderbirds, Dawson Baker scored the goal to tie the game up at 1-1 in the second period, a minute after what we thought was Ivashkin scoring, but it was Tyson Kirkby instead. Oh, excuse me, they entered Ivashkin as the 1st star, but announced Tyson Kirkby. So I don't know. I really don't. Tyson Kirkby has a goal and assist tonight, though. That's what I do know. So 3 stars, the way that it was announced. McAnanimal, Baker, and Kirkby. The way that it's entered online, McAnanimal, Baker, and Ivashkin. So everybody gets a star tonight. Why not? We started at 7:41, and we concluded at 10:11. So a game under 3 hours, about 3.5, right where, about 2.5. 2.5. Just right where it's supposed to be. Folks, I need some sleep as I make my way. Thank you to our social media guy, EJ. Thank you to the chat. I heard you guys had a great time tonight. Shout out everybody from the Black Bears front office staff listening in and giving me updates. For Andreas Johansson and everybody else associated with the Binghamton Black Bears. Final count here from the Annex. Black Bears 2, Thunderbirds 1. We'll be right back here tomorrow at around 5:50 for another edition of the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. It'll be the final matchup with the Thunderbirds this season. Find out what happens on YouTube. Have a good one, everybody. Good night.